Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is to try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for as little as $9 a month, information is available in the description below. I'm sure you're all aware now that trading of MMTLP has been halted and lots of news has been circulating. So in today's video we're going to be looking at some of this breaking news. We're going to be looking at insights, opinions, reactions, theories in terms of what we can expect going forward, and also I'm going to finish off by looking at potential solutions. So let's first of all have a look at the announcement from FINRA, and what they have stated here is trading in quotation halt for metamaterials preferred series A MMTLP effective Friday December the 9th 2022. Trading and quoting will halt concurrent with the deletion of the symbol effective Tuesday, December the 13th, 2022. So that's the breaking news. So let's try and break it apart. So if we go to the daily list of deletions on the FINRA website, we can see here the Series A preferred share has now been added to the list of daily deletions. So let's now have a look at in terms of the reason for this. So under the trading halts, we can see here they have announced at the bottom it is code U3. So U3 is referring to extraordinary events. So we're going to have a look at these extraordinary events now. So if we have a look at this confirmation of the halt code U3, so we can see here MMTLP shareholders should conduct adequate due diligence on this situation, as the preferred shares will cease to trade on over-the-counter OTC market following this spin-off. The newly received NextBridge shares will not be tradable either, nor are they eligible for electronic transfers through clearing operations. So basically what they are saying is indicating that this predates a significant event, in this case the Bridge Hydrocarbons spin-off, and an event that promised to generate high trading volume upon its completion. So they have obviously stopped this trading. So we are going to look at some of the reactions to this, but first of all let's have a look at immediately in terms of two possible theories. First one here, shout out to Rich Manita, and he stated here, replying to George and also Metamaterials News, important, FINRA representative just confirmed there is double the shares of MMTLP. These can be known as synthetic and short shares. Why is FINRA helping the short? So I think this is something I do agree with. I think there were a significant amount of synthetic shares. We know synthetic shares are not real. They cannot be going into a private company. This is would have potentially created a huge problem for the industry in terms of the for FINRA, for the SEC, so the DTCC. So it would have been a huge mess for them to clear up. And coincidentally, it's a mess they are now not going to be clearing up. So that's the theory there presented. But let's now have a look at another theory here from MNM123, and he stated, is it possible that this U3 halt is because of their last minute change in the corporate action from MMTLP cancelled to deleted? This is something we saw in the previous video. It's a change that suddenly screwed the shorts who thought their position would simply vanish under the cancel terminology. We saw this in yesterday's video. This change would have created a huge amount of pressure for the shorts. They would have had to obviously close their positions, and now that is no longer going. So they could argue that the change could be made within 10 days under the rule 6490 ? So now shorts have a legitimate legal claim that they can't be forced to close out in 2 days. So certainly coincidentally it is giving significant protection to the shorts, and without shorts closing, obviously we now have a situation that everybody was predicting is going to happen. So or we know this play was unique. We knew this play was different to all, and what's happened now is also a unique situation in terms of what's happened from FINRA. So let's now delve a little bit deeper into some of the other theories, reactions and potential solutions. Let's now have a look at the initial and first reaction from John Berder in terms of this breaking news. So what he stated after this was released, he stated, "Just saw this too, really is unbelievable. The system is corrupt to the core and we all got taken by FINRA, BDs, hedge funds. I'm not sure I will be on with attorneys all day." So not great news there. And in terms of the follow-on reaction here from John Berder tagging in also George, what he stated is, "Obviously everybody is pissed, not drunk, but please don't insinuate that Polycris or myself had any knowledge that this is what was going to happen. We have been fighting for all shareholders in MMAT and MMTLP all along. I assume you want us to continue the fight." Yes, we do. And one thing I would like to say in John's defense is just a few days ago he did present information copying in the DTCC, FINRA, the Securities Exchange Council and all financial legal authorities with regard to who created MMTLP, why did they create it, and why was it allowed to happen. So I think John does have evidence of fighting for the retail, and this is something that has a decision made by FINRA. We are going to look at reasons why FINRA did that. I've just presented two theories there. So let's now have a look at some other insights. The next shout out I'd like to give now is to Steph. It's a very interesting post here, so let's have a look at the post. And what she stated here is, "An hour later, an MMTLP trading information source." So the post here is looking at some information that was shared earlier on Yahoo Finance, and she stated here, copying into the image, "Look at the opening price, $6.15 and volume prior to halt." So if we have a look at the details here, she's copied in a significant number of people. So it states here the opening price $6.15. So obviously in today's world we know that a lot of things are edited, so let's dig a little bit deeper in here. So this was shared also in the Discord, so shout out to one of the Discord members who's reacted and stated that actually post is true. So somebody posted it in Stock Twist this morning before the market opening. So again, very interesting there. So we're carrying out a little bit of digging. So this was before the halt. It was being discussed on Stock Twist. So what I've now done is I've gone over to the Yahoo page. If we have a look here, highlighted in yellow at the bottom, we can see previous close $2.89, which we know was yesterday, and we can also see here the opening price $6.15, and also highlighted below the price there as of December the 8th 4 p.m. So very, very interesting here. So if anybody's sort of suggesting that there is some manipulation and photoshopping, then the only people doing any photoshopping here would be Yahoo Finance. So please go ahead and complain to Yahoo Finance for manipulating and changing this opening price of MMTLP. Or is it a case of the price was going to go up, the shorts were going to close, and we were going to get a squeeze again? You know, it's one of those things that we know that it was going to happen, but it unfortunately has been stopped. So next shout out here is to Terry, and what Terry has done is tagging in John Berder with regard to MMTLP. So Terry has stated here, "Trending for screwing over retail investors, good job." So we can see here in terms of the bottom, trending in business and finance is FINRA with in excess of 11,600 tweets. So I'm hoping FINRA does take into account here. So what I'm now going to do is share with you a post that I posted earlier today. So before we give a shout out here to Trade Asia, let me just share with you details of my post. So what I've copied in here, FINRA, the DTCC, SEC, and also John Berder. So the question I've posted here is, in order to maintain fairness in the market and to protect all retail investors, can you release details of the market makers who created this ticker? It was never meant to be tradable and someone allowed this. Investors need answers. So I'm just going to speak to the authorities now. I only have two questions, and the first of all, the questions are: question one, why did you allow the creation of MMTLP, and who allowed it, and who were the market makers who requested it to be trading on the OTC? Question two, why are you now stopping this from trading? So first of all, question one, was that to benefit the hedge funds and the market makers? And now are you also removing it from trading on the OTC to protect the hedge funds and the market makers? So responses to this question would be appreciated, but not in responses, not in the manner of Donald Rumsfeld, and also not in the manner of Bill Clinton. So please provide clear-cut answers. And now shout out here to Trade Asia. She stated here, I need a response. You can't halt the trade. Take away my rights to sell, buy until the end of the day. 12/12/22. You are not protecting me, not protecting me as an investor or the interest as you state on the halt notification. You are protecting hedge funds and market makers. And finally, one other thing, important point I'd like to add on is, and this is for FINRA, message for FINRA, and that is, first of all, you approved and provided the corporate action. The SEC approved the S1. So everything was approved. So what you did is you looked at all these regulations, you looked at all the guidelines, you approved them, and you said, yes, they can now they can go ahead. We approve the corporate notice. It can go to the brokers. So you said yes. So who are the people who approved it? And are you basically now saying the people who work for the SEC, the people who work for FINRA made a mistake? So did you make a mistake in approving it? If so, why? Because now you're saying it shouldn't have been approved. So somebody's made a mistake. Let's have some answers. And finally, I'd like to try and possibly finish off on a little bit of a positive, if we can see some positive. And first of all, shout out here to Tony. And what Tony has stated here is MMTL's been halted by FINRA till after the date of record to when shares will be non-tradable. Can't we have an emergency halt and resumption to the date of record, date of distribution and date of deletion to 2 days after the trading halt is over? So this is an excellent point by Tony. So again, I'm sure we're not going to get a response to this question, but 100% agree with Tony. An excellent point. Go ahead and check that video. And it would be a simple solution, but what is the reason for not doing this? Because obviously you must be hoping to protect some investors, but we're not sure which investors. And next shout out here is to Paul T, and he stated here again, cautiously optimistic trading will resume due to, number one, outcry from so many retail investors. Number two, lack of due process in notifying us of the change, permanent halt in trading. So 100% agree with that. Number three, imbalance of authorized shares to be shorted. We're looking at synthetic shares. So that was an earlier, obviously, reaction there. And number four, possible lawsuit. I think I'm going to change number four and remove the word possible to lawsuit. So I think there are going to be multiple lawsuits, more than one. So retail investors will be taking this matter to court. I'm almost 100% confident of that. And the final thing I'd like to add on, just to finish it off, is with regard to everybody in terms of the investors who have been extremely disappointed in this. I myself are also disappointed. John Berger has also been disappointed. He's been the voice of retail. He has been communicating. You can throw abuse of it at him if you like, but he has been there and he has been answering questions. So credit to John Berger for facing everyone. So special thanks to John. And what I would also like to do is obviously remind everybody in terms of finishing off, in terms of the value of NextBridge. That is something that we still have, and from my point of view, I would now like the company to speed up the process of any announcements with regard to NextBridge. And the reason why I'd like the company to speed that up is because investors are now concerned. Investors need some positive news quickly. So please share details of the spin out as soon as possible.